Hi friends, it is me, Rashi, and Kat filling in today for Caroline. Caroline is on holiday.
Yes.
And I just got back from holiday. I like saying it that way because it just sounds so much more posh, you know.
Vacation.
I know, vacation. Well, with kids, it's a lot of times just called a trip, as you know.
Yes.
But it was nice. It was nice for the kids. We had some pockets of relaxation, and we were at the beach in Florida, and so we drove there. Which, I mean, you know what? Well, it wasn't too bad. What I did was actually something that you could maybe even do if you take road trips.
Yes.
So what I did is periodically throughout the drive, I would give them little gifts.
Okay.
So there were like emoji markers, and then what were some other things? I don't know. I got them little baking sheets.
Yeah.
So that they can dry erase marker like on there, and then they have their own little thing. So anyways, they were really excited about that. So it's not like too much overstimulation, but it was good. It's definitely, I say this because we used to go every year, my husband and I together. And so it's a lot different now with the kids. They are so good at swimming now, knock on wood.
Yes.
That is a situation, right?
It is a situation.
If you don't know, Kat Levens, she's amazing. She works with us. What's your official title here?
I'm assignment desk editor.
Assignment desk editor.
Yes.
Soon to be mommy of 3.
Yeah.
And she announced her pregnancy on our show when she was filling in. And then we had some more developments after that. We'll get to that in just a second. But
Yes.
I did want to say, have you taken trips with your kids?
Yes, I have.
And what is that like?
They're big music freaks like their mom and dad.
Okay.
So we put like together the music we want to listen to that's kid friendly. And most times we sing along and jam. I get snacks. They have their favorite toys or books that they take. And then most times they're asleep, depending, because I'm from Fort Worth, which is like 4 hours away. So half the time we're singing, the next minute they're either asleep or eating or doing their own thing. So they're pretty good at road trips. What's
crazy is I get car sick very easy.
Really?
So I can't text or do anything, right? So when I was reporting, the photographer would be the one writing the story a lot of times, and I'd just be telling him while I'm driving because I couldn't do that. And my son has that.
Fun fact of Rashi.
Fun fact of Rashi, yes. So it's crazy because I feel queasy even thinking about it. I don't even know why. And but anyway,
movement.
Yeah. But I'm sure if I was on a yacht, you know,
that's backwards.
How
does that work?
I don't know. I haven't been on a yacht before, but I'm sure I wouldn't get seasick. I had to see one day.
I don't know.
One fine day.
We're
That'll
gonna
happen.
find out, yeah.
Well, okay, so Miss Kat Levens already has 2 beautiful baby boys. Not baby boys, they're older now. So tell me how you thought about doing this as your wonderful husband for the gender reveal.
I just wanted to keep it simple, and I looked up some ideas, and I really liked the cake idea with the color inside. I didn't get to do any of this with the boys, so I just wanted to keep it simple and be outside, and that's what we did. And then they had the confetti after we found out. And they really wanted to pop them, as you can tell.
Yes, what a beautiful picture that is. So they were both excited.
Super. They want a sister so bad. So they were super excited.
This is great. How was the cake?
It was really good.
Okay, good.
Yes, on Instagram, he's Mr. Rojas Cakes.
Okay.
He's amazing.
Thank you, Mr. Rojas Cakes, for making
it. It was really good. It was really pretty.
Yes.
I don't like ugly cakes. I really wanted a pretty cake. So it was so nice.
That's so nice.
And it turned out really well.
Oh, that's good.
Yes.
I'm glad that you were able to do that. We did that with my son, but we did it this different way. It was my in-laws' anniversary. So it was their anniversary cake that was blue inside.
Ooh.
So the whole family was together celebrating their anniversary, and then they cut the cake, and my mother-in-law was like, "Oh, blue." And then my father-in-law goes, "Wait, does that mean?" And then everybody's like, "Oh my God!" It's like, yeah, I know. So that's how we kind of did it. But it's a whole thing now.
It is.
I mean,
did not want it to be a whole thing.
Yes.
I'm already overwhelmed. So I was like, let's keep it simple.
Oh,
yes.
yes.
Now we're planning a baby shower.
How is just life right now? Because you are 5 months. We still have some time to go, but it's going to be okay.
Yes. Baby girl is low. She's low. She remains there. Other than that, I feel good monitoring my sugar because I am diabetic. I go once a week, but now I've graduated to 2 weeks because I'm keeping my sugar monitored. Okay. But outside of that, we are doing good.
Okay,
Sleepy,
good.
Hungry, regular stuff.
Do you drink a lot of coffee normally?
I do, but I haven't.
Right. That was the hardest for me.
Yes, it has. I probably have a cup every other day, maybe, but like just winging myself off of it.
Yeah. Well, that's great. And then she has a name too. Do you want to announce it? Wait, hold on. You told your family.
Oh, yes, yes. The inner circle knows, so I can say it. Her name is Sage.
Sage! I love that name. Oh, that is.
It goes with their brothers. Yes.
What are their names?
Their names are Samuel and Solomon. Oh, God, stop it. It's not a biblical name, but, you know, it means like high esteem, person of wisdom. So. Yeah,
and also not to like, but like, sage is what you like burn for positive energy and vibes. So
I just love it.
Yes, I think it's perfect.
Oh, I already have her name ready for when this. Please be a girl. Please be a girl.
Oh my gosh, really? What was it going to be if it was a boy?
Sebastian.
Well, we're just going to have to wait to the fourth one.
Oh, there will not be a fourth one. This is it. I'm 33.
Oh my gosh. Well, I also wanted to get a close-up shot of Homegirl's nails because they are beautiful and long and fabulous. And I have to tell you what happened to me when I was out actually working out at the gym in Destin, which is where I was at. Look at those nails. So there's a guy with nails that long. Oh. And I think he was gay, which is whatever, fine, you know. And he was doing weights, and he was literally like this with 5-pound weights.
Yes.
And I'm on the treadmill, right, minding my own business, and he's talking to his friend, and he's like, you know what I always say, be positive, test negative. And
that's a good saying. Be positive, test negative.
And I almost tripped on the treadmill.
That's hilarious. I would have.
But the way he was doing it, he was like shaking his booty while he was doing these 5-pound weights. He could have easily done more. I didn't know how to non-creepily be like, can I have your phone number? Can we be friends?
Right.
Like, you know, he's like, well, you know what I say, be positive, test
That's
negative.
your opening. I would have been like, you sure right, honey, be positive.
And then he's doing like, he goes, oops, set number 4, bloop. And like he puts some.
Oh wow, we need to be gym partners. We do.
I was like, every time he puts a thing, he goes bloop, like.
Oh, that's fun.
And his nails were that long.
Everybody asks me, how do you do the gym? How do you type?
But you're not doing it like that.
No,
we're pumping.
I'm pumping.
Yes,
and it's more than 5 pounds. Not
not trying to
or anything.
While you're housing a baby, so this is kind of a big deal. Well, we will be right back. Welcome back. I was just talking with my friend Kat about just parenting and how we're trying to get our kids up to speed. I read with my son 30 minutes. He was finding it super boring, and it's like, we got to get back into it.
Yep, we do.
Because school's about to start. When does y'all start?
I think August 13th.
Okay. Yeah. I think ours is like somewhere around there too.
Somewhere around, yeah.
But that's good. You take your boys
to math tutoring because that's one of the subjects they struggled in. And one of my twins is dyslexic, but they have progressed.
Oh,
I do recommend, you know, if your child is struggling in a subject, to do summer tutoring. Don't let it consume their summer, but just take that time to catch up and have them prepare for the next grade, because unfortunately, some of the system, they just like running past it. It's a little faster than when I was in school, and they don't take time.
Right, right.
So,
and you don't want them to feel any kind of way if they're not confident in themselves. And so I think that's so great. And I'm glad you shared that. No, it's all good. You sound better than the next person we're going to talk about. Okay. So Cody Johnson from Just Up 45 in Huntsville sang the national anthem a couple of days ago, and by all accounts did a great job, right? Okay, this lady, the night before, singer Ingrid Andress is apologizing, giving an explanation for her much criticized rendition during the home run derby. Now, I didn't add sound to this because it is so awful. It is.
Won't do y'all like that.
It was so bad, so bad. So Andre says that she was drunk during the performance Monday night and that she is checking herself into a rehab facility.
Oh, wow.
This was in a social media post. She apologized to MLB, her fans, and the entire country.
Well, just tell us anything, I feel. It's like a sympathy thing. Well, I've been dealing with alcoholism.
I mean, what is this, like a publicity kind of, you know, way to rehabilitate the fact that you just butchered the national anthem? I think it's inexcusable. And if you're drunk,
that's how I feel. Just don't go out there.
Don't go out there. I'm sure they have a backup. I'm sure they could press play on like a regular, like a pre-recorded
song. We can just play
the
song.
Yes.
No singing.
You don't think something like the home run derby,
game.
Right, or MLB has like a backup already?
They do. Because that's just, and if you were drunk, somebody would have noticed.
But the way she was even standing there, now that you look at it, if you were to go back and watch it, she was like so lit. And if I was her manager, I would have just been like, you're not doing this.
No.
So it's disrespectful to the anthem. I think it's ridiculous. And
then as a professional, like, yeah, you couldn't have waited till after singing to get drunk.
Right.
You know?
Right. I mean, if I was drunk and I was supposed to do the news, I would be like, hey guys, I'm not going to do the news.
I'm not going to do the news.
They're going to figure something out. And that's saving them. That's saving me.
Words.
Yes, I can't. I'm slurring. I can't. That saves everybody the embarrassment. But now we're talking about the anthem of our nation.
Yeah. That was pretty bad.
It's not okay.
It was worse than Fergie.
I don't know what Fergie was doing, but it was worse than Fergie. Fergie at least sounded good. She just sounded
Did
she was...
Well, it was the whole better. Jazz Broadway feel.
I don't know. It was jazz. It was more of like a, yeah, but trying to like seduce.
It was
It was very
weird,
seductive, weird.
Lost.
I don't know.
I don't know neither. I don't even know what to call it.
Do they not try out ahead of time? Like,
I don't know. I feel like they should at least check on where the singers are.
Right, in their life.
Before we be like, oh yeah.
Now do we have to do like alcohol tests?
That's like,
or drug tests?
Don't put liquor in their dressing rooms or anything.
Maybe she got drunk there.
Possibly.
Whew, Lord. All right, we'll be right back. All right, I was just telling Kat about an incident that I had. I'm going to put on TikTok, and we're going to talk about it tomorrow because this was crazy.
Oops.
At
Yes.
McDonald's, what happened to me, and I'd like to know what you would do. So anyway, we'll talk about that tomorrow. Balenciaga.
Balenciaga.
You know, I do like some of their things.
I do too.
But this is,
It's high fashion, isn't it?
It is so high fashion, it's ugly. Okay.
What is that?
Okay, this is a wristband made to look
Okay.
like a beat up bracelet worn to get into a music festival.
Why?
Okay, all right. Very hefty price tag. How much would you pay for this? Like if you were super rich and super into that, I don't know who the hell is into that. It looks like part of a rooster.
It does. I'm not feeling it.
Okay, it costs nearly $4,000.
That costs what? $4,000.
But if you get a non-distressed version, it's going to cost you $5,000. It's made from polyester, cotton, and sterling silver.
Polyester, and you're asking me to pay $4,000?
Well, it's because Balenciaga says it takes a full day's work of hand embroidery to make each piece. Who is hand embroidering taking a whole damn day to make one piece?
They're lying.
That's not even true.
That's not
They're
true.
stealing your money. That's not okay.
My grandma can make that in like less than an hour.
I think it would be a great story to have the actual Balenciaga thing.
Yes.
And then have like something else, and then the person has to guess what is.
Yes.
What? Like, you
Like
know,
they
the
did with
off-brand.
shoes before with like lubricants and like Payless.
Yeah.
Which one looks like high fashion? They kept picking Payless.
Yes.
It wasn't even.
Oh my God. I got so many shoes from Payless. This is
Me
ridiculous.
too.
Yeah. I think you don't have to, you know, I shopped thrift too.
Me too.
I shopped Goodwill. Wow. That was.
I feel like fashion is not like how much money it is, but how can you style it? Because you can have all these name brand things and still be tacky and don't know how to put it together.
Right.
So what's the point of having it if you can't
And it
dress?
doesn't, you know, especially like me wearing different things on TV. Like this is from Shein or Shein or however you say it.
I never say it right.
Okay. Well, anyway, and Jonathan Martin, who was former anchor here,
Yes.
he's the one that told me about it. He was like, hey, you might want to go on this website. Some of their stuff is kind of iffy, and a lot of times it's uncomfortable, but it works for a day.
Yes.
And I literally spent $9 on this thing. And you don't have to spend that much money. And there are people like my husband who has said, well, don't shop thrift because you're taking away from somebody else. Like, you know, if you can afford it.
Yeah.
Could we just see her eye roll right now?
Like, no.
But I told him, I'm like, look, I give to them.
I give back.
I give a lot of my clothes to them.
Right. And then there's levels of thrifting too, because like Cato's place or Plato's Closet, places like that are more like high-end thrifting.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Plato's Closet, so that is where you give your clothes and they'll give you a certain amount.
Yep.
And I think that I would much rather just donate my clothes.
Yeah.
Because you don't really get much.
You don't. You really don't. I think but you have the option. I was like, I want to donate. I don't need the money back. I just want to donate.
But I see a lot of people just throwing away clothes or
They are.
throwing away things. And I'm like, you know, there's a place for it. It might take a little bit more work to donate, but there's definitely a place
There's
for
a place. And like you said, Shein, I still love Fashion Nova, but my places are like Target, Old Navy,
Have you
Marshalls.
started a registry or?
Yes, I use Baby List, but a lot of the things are like Amazon, Target, Walmart. A couple of Old Navy, but I also am a fan of hand-me-downs because I will wash it.
Yes.
And sanitize. You know.
Yes. I mean, you just have to make do because she has all boy things.
Yes, I have no girl things. All boys.
I mean, one of the biggest things with me is bows, still bows. Like, I just love the big bows.
Keep looking at big bows too.
Yes, yeah.
I can't wait.
So I put a big bow on my daughter still. She's 4.
Oh.
Because I can see the camera on her classroom, and it's just one view, and it's kind of blurred, so I always know who she is because she has
even
a
at
big
the park,
bow.
I get that.
Yeah,
I know where my child is with this big bow.
Yeah, I should put a little air tag.
Air tag. I'm about to say put an air tag in it.
You know, we should make air tag bows.
That would be great. Yes. We're gonna think on this, guys.
We're gonna think on this. We're gonna be millionaires. We're gonna be on that yacht together. Yes. I was gonna ask you. So now with no Babies R Us, which was my go-to for everything,
right?
Or Toys R Us.
Yes.
Like, hasn't that changed?
It has
everything? Because
they were helpful.
I would be there a lot, just on, not to just buy, but just to spend time with the kids. But there's nothing like that anymore.
I thought they were coming back.
I mean,
Toys R Us.
Yeah, but the little bitty pop-ups, and that's not the same thing.
It's not the same thing. I miss it.
I mean,
a lot.
So I would just, I mean, it was really going away, almost gone when I had my daughter. But I'm sure when you had your twins, it was very much there.
It was there. And then...
And I had a registry there. Like, it was a whole situation.
Yep. And then it went bye-bye.
Yeah.
I was distraught, me and my husband, because, like, the best toys are there. So when my kid asked me for them, I could just go there. And now it is a struggle.
Well, I would also go there with my son. I used to work mornings, and then we would just pick out his dinner, basically, because it was little pouches, and he'd be eating while I'm shopping. And it was like, there's no place like that. I know.
There's no place. Bring it back.
But we gonna make do. We gonna make do. Yes, yes.
We gotta create bows in a place for
air tags.
Air tags.
So we know where our children at all times. Well, thank you guys so much for spending your time with us. This was great.
Yes.
I know that it's always awesome to have Kat here, and we appreciate you spending your time with us, and we hope that you can go ahead and binge watch some more episodes of Caroline and Rashi. We'll see you next time, friends.